Hi, so if you are like me, you have likely gotten the Steam Deck because you are interested in, among other things, playing many of the games of your youth portably. And many of them run really well. Unfortunately, not all of them do. And one of those cases is Max Payne, which out of the box is unsupported. When I got my Steam Deck several days ago, this is one of the first games I tried, and it, in fact, does not run. It will actually load, but every time you try to load into a level, it will give you a series of errors, generally referring to a JPEG error. And it turns out that there is one particular DLL file that does not play nice with AMD processors, according to this Steam forum that I found. Now, thankfully, there is a fix. There is one line in this file that you can actually change yourself, and the game will work. Now, that is a little bit more challenging to do on the Steam Deck. You need to do it within a hex editor, but someone has actually gone ahead and posted in Google Drive a fixed version of that DLL file. Now, I will say, of course, this is from a stranger in Google Drive off of a random Steam forum, so download it at your own risk, but I will say I did so, and it's worked fine. So I will post the link to this forum thread in the description so that you can find it, but then you download it. It downloads as a RAR file, which you can then open in Dolphin. Now, I will say, for whatever reason, Arc, which is the normal archive creator opener in SteamOS, does not seem to like at least this file. I'm not sure if it's all RAR files or what, but if you go into the Discover store, you can find this Flatpak called pzip, which works great, and then you can extract your files. There's the actual file that's fixed, and there's a README file. Now, the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go in the desktop version of Steam. You're going to want to actually navigate to the local files. So you go Manage, Browse Local Files, and then you'll see down here at the bottom the rogue DLL file. It's called rlmfc.dll. Now, literally all you'll need to do is you'll want to, not open the README like I did, but you'll want to copy and paste this. And again, if you're enterprising, you can definitely update this DLL file yourself, and if you're particularly paranoid, it's not a bad idea, but otherwise you can just paste this file, overwrite, and then you should be set. So you can go ahead and close all this. You can go back to gaming mode. And as we do that, I will just quickly say it's worked in all of the Proton versions that I've tried, but I found that it works the best in a particular one. I'll show that in a second. There are still a couple of weird things. So the cinematic that plays as the game loads, you'll hear sound, but you won't actually see it for whatever reason. But otherwise, the game itself actually seems to run just fine. There is an official controller profile from Remedy, which is the company that made Max Payne, made a lot of other great games like Control, which you may have heard of. And so I started with that, but I made a couple of other edits, and I'm still kind of tooling around with my own. But if you browse, you look over in recommended, they actually have created an official layout. So props to them for putting the effort in, and hopefully we'll actually get an official fix to this, so it's not just something so hacky. But I'll also quickly show you. I have found that it works the best with Proton 6.3-8, but it didn't not work with other versions. But anyways, so go ahead and launch. As I mentioned, you will hear the sound for the intro cinematic, but you will not see it. But actually in the game, all the cutscenes to work fine. It's just this pre-rendered thing for whatever reason. You can just go ahead and hit play. You can set your screen resolution if you want, but I believe for mine, it just automatically detected. So you'll notice here, you hear the sound, but you see no video. I believe if you hit start, which I think is escape, you just skip past it. You would get this far without replacing the DLL, but here is where it would fall apart for you. So I'm going to go ahead and resume a game that I had started before, and you'll notice that it will still, in fact, load. And there we go. That's Max Payne. Without replacing that DLL file, you would not have gotten here. But this is the second level. I've played through the first level so far, and it works. So I hope you enjoy. definitely patronize Remedy in a good way, of course. They make lots of great games, and hopefully they'll get this supported soon. I'm looking forward to playing this, as well as Max Payne 2 and Max Payne 3, and going through and playing Control again, and Quantum Break, and Alan Wake, and all their great games. So anyways, I hope you enjoy, and enjoy your Steam Deck.